Hey everyone, it's Alexander Robinson. Welcome to the channel, and this is my review for Past Lives, which is a romantic drama from A24 and follows a boy and a girl throughout the course of 24 years. It opens with them as kids living in Seoul, South Korea. The girl is about to immigrate to Canada with her family, and throughout the 24-year gap, these two characters eventually start reconnecting with each other throughout different points of their lives as they grow older and wonder what life would have been had they just stayed in touch that entire time. At this point of the year, we are officially deep into summer blockbuster season. Just yesterday, I reviewed the latest Transformers movie, Rise of the Beasts. This upcoming weekend, we've got The Flash, Pixar's Elemental. The end of June, we've got Indiana Jones. Next month, we got Mission Impossible and the double feature that the internet's been hyping up, Oppenheimer and Barbie. So while we have plenty of other summer blockbusters to get through, it's only good that every once in a while we take a look at the smaller movies that come out during this incredibly busy time. And with this movie, Past Lives, I knew nothing about it going in. I didn't read a plot synopsis. I didn't even see a trailer for it. I did know that this movie premiered at Sundance earlier this year, but I didn't know anything about it beyond that. And I gotta say, the result is one of my favorite movies of the year. This is a classic slice of life movie. And when I say that, I mean that this is a movie that doesn't actually have a concrete plot. It doesn't have many conflicts in it. It's just about watching these characters go through certain periods of their life. As I described on Letterboxd after I saw this movie, it's like watching the Before trilogy from Richard Linklater if it was combined into one movie and the two characters have known each other since childhood. There's a lot of real scenarios that these people go through, and you believe it. Throughout the entire movie, you have these two characters thinking how life would be had one of them not left Korea. Would they stay in touch? Would they be married? Just all these what-if scenarios had things played out differently earlier in life. How would these two people handle themselves when it came time to basically change in your life? Because no adult is ever the same person that they were as a kid. I mean, hell, I wasn't even the same person that I was 10 years ago. And it's an aspect that makes the movie very believable. The movie also does a fantastic job of playing out like a romantic film, but there's no blossoming romance. And the movie's very clever at not falling into several trappings that you'd expect from these kinds of movies. Hell, there's even a meta moment where one of the characters says, you know, if this were a movie, this scenario would happen, and they just kind of laugh it off. And it's really refreshing to see a movie that avoids some of these trappings, like say, At Midnight, which I'm one of the few people that actually enjoyed that movie, but this is far superior. It's more grounded, it's more relatable, and both actors do a fantastic job. Greta Lee and Teo Yoo do an amazing job. They both have fantastic chemistry with each other. Their characters are really likable, and all the scenarios that they go through are 100% relatable, even to the point where it gets uncomfortable to watch. Like, oh, I've been in that situation before. It's also worth noting that throughout the majority of this movie, both actors are speaking Korean, and it feels a lot more realistic and believable than what more mainstream romantic films of this type would try to do. If I had any complaints about this movie, I'd say that it feels a little too long. It doesn't even reach the 2-hour mark, but there are a lot of scenes where the characters are just kind of staring at each other and not a whole lot's happening. But that's probably a nitpick at the end of the day, because Past Lives was a massive surprise for me. I always enjoy seeing smaller movies that I know nothing about, and if they end up being good, then fantastic, because this movie certainly is one of my favorites of the year right now, and I'd say it's worth seeing in your lifetime. It's well written and well directed by Celine Song. Both actors do an amazing job with their parts. There's never a point in this movie that feels artificial or fake, and the ending of the film was actually quite impactful. It will really make you walk out of the theater thinking to yourself, how would I handle a past life, or what would become of my life had I done this thing and stayed connected with a person from my childhood? Because that's exactly what happened to me after I left the theater. I just kept running all these scenarios in my head, only to jump back into reality and go, well, that's a what if scenario. I just got to focus on the here and now. And as for the here and now, this movie is amazing. And there you go, that's my review for Past Lives. I hope you enjoyed it. And now I want to know what you guys think about the movie. If you've seen it, what did you think? Whatever the case may be, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell button to get notifications. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd. I'll see you guys in the next video, but until then, have a good day and take care of yourselves.